Room for More, MMF Menage, by Giselle Renarde. Read by Giselle Renarde. If only she'd closed the bedroom door, this might never have happened. Claudia lugged 2 paint cans up 2 flights of stairs and set them down outside Mark and Jason Paul's flat. With her newly cut key, she unlocked the door and propped it open with her foot as she bent to grab the paint. Out of the blue, Terry bounded for her, yapping his silly little head off. "Get back inside," she hissed, hauling the paint cans over the threshold. If Terry escaped, Jason Paul would slaughter her. Mark would slaughter her twice over. As it stood, he was looking for any excuse. Careful not to bop Mark's little terrier on the nose, she slid the paint tins across the entrance rug. Turning quickly, she closed the door behind her. Escapee detained. Better luck next time, she chuckled, kneeling on the floor to pat his head. Terry was actually quite adorable when he wasn't trying to ruin her life. Slipping off her shoes, Claudia tiptoed past every open door until she was satisfied no one else was home. She wouldn't have minded seeing Jason Paul, of course, but if Mark had been around, she would have... What? What would she have done? This was her home now. She couldn't very well run away every time Mark looked at her queerly or made some snarky comment about breeders. If she wanted to live near Jason Paul again, she'd have to take the good with the bad. The bad meaning Mark, naturally. The room that would be hers already had quite a chic look about it, but she wanted to destroy even the most subtle reminders that it had once been Mark's lair. Yet another reason for him to despise her. She'd displaced him. Though, after the vast upheaval he'd caused in her life, why he detested her remained a mystery. If anything, she should detest him. And of course, she did. After all, he stole her husband. Setting the paint tins on an old towel, she opened one with the back end of her key. Terry must have mistaken the sound of metal on metal for a can of dog food being opened, because he barreled in at full speed. When he tried to stop on the hardwood, his paws slipped and he slid across the room. Leaping toward the dog, Claudia managed to grab him by the haunches just before he could knock over her paint. Thank God, Mark would murder her if she ruined the flooring. Strange how easily that man claimed ownership of things that didn't belong to him. According to the lease, this flat was Jason Paul's, and according to their marriage license, Jason Paul had been hers. "Come on, you," she said, scooping Terry into her arms. He licked her cheek as she carried him across the hall. "You be a good boy and stay out of trouble." She felt quite clever, shutting him in the bathroom. No chance he'd be a nuisance in there. When she heard the gritty, metallic noise of a key in the lock, a chill coursed up her spine. Jason Paul would be at work all day. It had to be Mark. On stocking feet, she slipped into the bedroom and pulled the wide paintbrush from her back pocket. "Terry Berry, Daddy's home." It was Mark, all right. Jason Paul was never so asinine. "And he brought you gifty-wifties." When Terry barked, a nervous sweat broke in the small of Claudia's back. Holding her paintbrush, she froze in place as Mark clomped down the hallway. "Where have you got to, precious?" He stopped outside her door like a fox on
Sample complete. Ready to continue?